So you've just unboxed your brand new iPhone 17, 17 Pro or 17 Pro Max. Now what? In this video, I'm going to take you through everything I do the moment I get a new iPhone so you can get yours set up, optimized and dialed in from day one. Let's get right into it. The very first thing I do is restore from a backup of my old phone. I know this is very controversial, some people swear by starting fresh, and I honestly can see both sides. But for me, having everything exactly where I left it is more important than spending hours reinstalling old apps or trying to remember where certain photos lived. So I always restore from an old backup. Once that finishes and I've spent a bit too long admiring Apple's craftsmanship, it's time for the most important step you should take whenever you get a new iPhone, and that is protecting it. That brings me to today's sponsor, MagBak, who have just launched their all-new iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max Elite case. This thing is genuinely impressive. Compared to Apple's new tech woven or even the silicone cases that they offer, the MagBak Elite case feels far more durable while still keeping a smooth premium finish. The magnets are next level on these cases. They literally telescope to meet whatever metal surface they're attaching to, and with that you also get a finger loop built in for extra security when you're holding your phone, a kickstand that works in portrait and landscape, a pinky cushion so you can doom scroll without destroying your hand, and a screen protector included in the box. Speaking of the box, the unboxing experience is honestly one of the coolest I've ever seen because the packaging itself doubles as a screen protector installation tool. I think this is genius and it really does show up Apple on what you can do for just around the same price point. They also include a mag strip you can stick anywhere, and MagBak sent me out these optional switch and color attachments so you can change up the look of your case without buying a whole new one. MagBak were kind enough to give out a discount code. It's in the description if you want to check them out. With my phone protected, the first place I go is camera settings. I love photography, and the main reason I buy the Pro model iPhone is to get the best images possible when I don't have my full professional camera with me, and it's important to dial these settings in because Apple sometimes sets the defaults lower to save on storage. So here's what I change. First off, I go into camera control. I turn off visual intelligence. Secondly, I go into record video. I then set my record frame rate to 4K at 60 FPS, or I set it to 4K 120 FPS. These give you the best balance of sharpness and motion, with 120 FPS being super smooth. I then enable HDR video and I change my slow motion to 4K 120 FPS. It makes a huge difference if you shoot slow-mo, as it will be just super crisp. I then turn on the all-important grid and level features. This really just makes it easier to line up your shots, and if you've used a professional camera before, that usually is built in, so you're probably used to using it already, and it will just help you avoid editing the photo after and kind of straightening the photo up. I personally also enable 48 megapixel photos. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for you necessarily unless you really like your photos like I do and you want the maximum quality, because the file sizes are hefty and they will block up your iCloud storage really fast. Once the camera is dialed in, I move on to the aesthetics. This might sound small, but the wallpaper that you look at on your phone is there every single day, and a clean wallpaper can change your entire experience. Sometimes I use something peaceful from nature that I've taken myself, like this photo off the coast of Kerry, and other times I use something minimal that keeps me more focused on work. Next up is the lock screen. In the Liquid Glass OS, you can stretch the font to take up more of the screen, which I love. I then thin out the font and I switch between different styles of text. It completely changes how the phone feels, and you can click into customize and you can play with this and make it suit your own taste. I then move on to widgets. Now, I keep it clean in the widgets section. The only one I use from time to time on my wallpapers is this Tesla widget. It gives me access to my car's features and shows the battery level at a glance, which is really handy. If you want a full breakdown on the Tesla, let me know and I'll do a dedicated video. Moving on to the home screen, you'll also notice it has no apps on it. There's two reasons for that. Number one, it looks really clean, and number two, it's supposed to reduce distraction, although that part hasn't really worked. And if you want this look for yourself, just long press on any app and choose remove from home screen. All your apps will still be there, just one swipe away when you swipe left into your app library. Next up is battery settings. Apple have completely revamped the battery control center. In here you can now set charge limits, view your charge cycles, monitor battery aging, customize how quickly your phone charges, and if you really care about your long-term battery health, definitely spend a few minutes exploring this section and playing around with the different settings. And that's everything I do the moment I get a new iPhone. From protecting the phone to setting up the camera to customizing the look and improving the battery life, these tweaks make a massive difference, even though some of them are small. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It really helps the channel, and if you're new here, consider subscribing, because I've got a lineup of iPhone 17 content coming soon. Huge thanks again to MagBak for sponsoring the video. All the links will be in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.